Hi, this is Bob with w126parts.com, and today we're going to be talking about taillights, because I have just cleaned out my entire stash of them, and now I feel like I need to disseminate this information. So first of all, we'll start out with the outsides of the taillights. So on US versions, you're going to have this red part right here and the amber part right here. The amber part blinks, the red is just always on. So it looks something like this. The rest of the taillights set up exactly the same mounting points and everything. But now on Euro ones, they are all orange. There's no red involved. Now a true Euro one, such as this one, has no hole cut out there for any kind of side marker light. It's just reflective. Ones that came into this country that needed to be federalized, they cut a hole in it. Cut a hole, now they could mount a light there. Now on US ones, I've found that the true look of the hole is right there for the side marker, whereas you're going to see a lot of different ones that might have huge holes cut in them, and some that have very small holes cut in them for the side markers. And now a true panel for a side marker will look like this, with just the bulb in it. I've seen some federalized ones that look very different. Now this is a very nice federalized one right here, but I don't think that that bulb is going to be strong enough to really give you a lot of light. I'm now going to push hold for a second. I want to show you some of the hodgepodge jobs that were done on imported federalized cars. And here is my box of scrap-worthy ones. So let's see what we got. Here was one that was done right. It's got other issues. Let's see what else we got. Nope. That's the US one. Here's one. Now that obviously is probably not the best way to try to tie in that last light there for the side marker. Here's another one that looks just oh so excellently done. Let's see. Oh, this one actually put a holder in there, being held on by that screw, which is also the ground for it, not the way to go. Another one of those. That's going to be pretty popular. Let's see what we got here. Here's a stock one, which is, again, nicely done. We're going to come back to the pins in a second. But just wanted to see if there's any other good ones. This one's nice. It's a stock. That's how the US one should look. And you'll see, just FYI, that this has a 6-pin connector. So I can tell you that this was one that was done earlier car, because it's only got 2 holes on top. Okay, and here's a good one. You can see that they drilled the hole, but then they did not drill through the cover there, so don't know how that one would work. I guess that one would have to work with one of the ones that actually the bulb didn't go in there. This one you can tell probably had some maybe grounding issues or something else causing the nice burn mark there. Alright, when we get inside, I am going to talk about what all these different pins mean for the different bulbs. Alright, so now we're back and we're going to talk about how all of these electrical connections are for different models with different items available. Alright, we're going to start out with your basic. The first one would be a 5-pinner, like this. So a 5-pin means that it's going to run your backup light, your turn signal, your brake light, and reverse light. I think I said that this was the backup light. That's actually just the tail light. So that's 5 pins. And that connector is always going to be a 2 connector. Now this is what connects up to your license plate lights. So that would be a 2 pin on the top. So then you go from there, and so that one did not have any kind of light bulb over here. Obviously this was added later by being spliced in. So it got spliced into right up here. So it's spliced into this one, so that's why it's only got 5. So now you move on to 6. So this is your typical 380 SEC, 500 SEC US version. And you got 6 pins. So you have your side marker light, you have your turn signal light, you have your stop light, you have your tail light, or your reverse light, and you have your other tail light. Alright, so that's 6. So that's with the 6 pin. 6 pin again is always a 2 connection for your license plate light. Moving on, we're going to move on to my favorite, which is a 7 pin. So 7 pin, let's find a 7 pin. Here's a good, well, no, that's not a good 7 pin. Let's find a good one here. Here's a good 7 pin. All right, so you got 7 pins. So 7 pins, the nicest part is the bulb that does not work on any of the other ones, where it is just empty, on a 7 pin, you got a bulb there. You got a bulb fitting in a bulb. Because you could always stick a bulb in here, but it's not going to do anything because there's nothing inside of there. But on a 7 pin, that bulb works. And that's what your 7th one is for. And that is still going to be your early style, so it's just got the 2 pin connection. And this light right here just acts as a tail light. But that illuminates one more, so that's illuminating this far inside one right there. And now your most numerous, which is your 8 pin connection. Your 8 pin connection is for Gen 2 cars, because it's got a 3 pin male, if I can focus in on this, male connector right there. And that is going to be for your license plate lights plus your 3rd brake light. So as you can see, you really can't plug in a tail light from an early car and use it on a later one. I've also found that even though on all the ones I see, everything's always plugged in on the driver's side, I do see that both on the driver and on the passenger side, you're going to have these the same connections. So if you've got a 7 pin on the driver's side, you got a 7 pin on the passenger side. I know that might have been very confusing. I'm sorry if it is, but I figured I'd get this information down while I was thinking about it, just because I did so many of these. If you've got any questions, you can always ask me in the comments. I really do try to get back to them. Again, this is Bob from W126 Parts, the guy who doesn't edit any of his videos. I just let it roll. That's it. Thank you. Bye.